Prince Harry's appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live took a shocking turn when music legend Ringo Starr, known for his usually laid-back demeanor, unleashed a blistering critique that left the Duke of Sussex visibly rattled. What started as a routine interview quickly spiraled into an embarrassing public spectacle, exposing the growing discontent with Harry's attempts to reinvent himself outside the royal family. The moment that stunned Hollywood. Prince Harry was on Jimmy Kimmel Live to discuss his latest ventures, personal struggles, and ongoing efforts to build a life outside the British monarchy. The conversation seemed to be moving smoothly, but the atmosphere shifted dramatically when Ringo Starr, a surprise guest on the show, was brought into the discussion. Love keeping up with the British royal family? Hit subscribe and never miss a moment of royal news. At 83 years old, the Beatles drummer has seen and experienced more than most, including decades of media scrutiny and personal challenges. So when Kimmel steered the conversation toward Harry's public grievances and self-exile, Starr did not hold back. Ringo's brutal words. Looking directly at Harry, Starr delivered a statement that instantly silenced the audience. At some point, you have to stop blaming everyone else and look in the mirror. Running away from your past doesn't mean you've built a future. For a moment, there was complete silence in the studio. Then, an explosion of laughter and applause from the audience shattered the tension. It was a reaction that spoke volumes. People weren't just entertained, they agreed. Harry's awkward reaction. Harry, clearly taken off guard, attempted to laugh it off, but his discomfort was undeniable. He fidgeted, his smile strained, and his attempts to change the subject were met with even more smirks from Kimmel and Starr. For a man who has spent years publicly dissecting his trauma and blaming the royal family for his struggles, being called out so bluntly, especially by someone of Starr's stature, was a rare and humiliating moment. The internet erupts. Within minutes, the clip of Ringo's remarks was trending across social media. The hashtag #HarryTheFailure took over Twitter, with thousands of users mocking the prince's reaction and praising Starr for saying what needed to be said. Some of the most brutal online reactions included, Ringo just said in 10 seconds what the world has been screaming for years. Grow up, Harry. Harry's whole brand is playing the victim. Ringo just wrecked that in one sentence. You know you've lost public sympathy when a Beatle has to tell you to stop whining? The backlash wasn't just from everyday users. Even public figures weighed in, with some commentators questioning whether Harry's approach to media appearances was backfiring spectacularly. A pattern of public embarrassments. This isn't the first time Harry has found himself struggling in an unscripted moment. His and Meghan Markle's media ventures have been met with mixed reactions, often sparking ridicule rather than support. Their Netflix documentary was criticized for its self-indulgence, his memoir Spare was widely mocked for its pettiness, and their Spotify deal collapsed after just one podcast series. Now, with this latest humiliation, Harry's credibility as a public figure seems more fragile than ever. What this means for Harry's future? The brutal reality is that many people are growing tired of Harry's narrative. Once seen as a sympathetic figure escaping royal constraints, he is now viewed by many as a man struggling to find purpose while clinging to grievances. Ringo Starr's words cut deep not because they were cruel, but because they were true. And if Harry continues down this path, appearing on talk shows only to be publicly embarrassed, his attempts at reinvention may ultimately be his undoing. As the internet continues to roast him and the world watches his next move, the question remains, can Prince Harry rebuild his reputation, or is he destined to be the punchline of his own story?